Okay, the character creator for Elder Scrolls. Uh, this is a minefield because, well, there's several factors. We see the character here in the character selection. This is using a very different shader than the game is. Zoom in on the character, and she looks like she has a pleasant but not too thin a face. And she looks like, that's lovely. Until you get into the game and actually see that things like high cheekbones create shadows and all kinds of other horrors. But let's deal with the character creator itself. Thanks to these appearance change tokens, we can keep popping in and out of the damn thing at our leisure. And just don't get hooked up. Don't get addicted to plastic surgery here, because these things are equivalent of almost $10 a pop. So you don't want to do this too often. Okay, first shock is the camera. This is a different camera, essentially an effective focal length. So when you go in here, this is a longer lens, which means her face will look much thinner. Okay, let's take her off. Not to be, crude about it, but some of these things, some of the controls are intuitive, some of them are not. First off, there are these little danger triangles. I won't call them Bermuda triangles or anything like that. Some of them aren't very dangerous at all. This one makes perfect sense. Body type. Because if you say, if you can move the damn thing, come on. If you move the thing and say large, yeah, she gets fat. Oh, God, I remember the days when I used to adventure. Or very thin, in which case she looks, wow. Too many Dunmeri gals are thin, in my opinion. But then again, I have that thing. I like maximum musculature because this gal is a dragon knight, and so I want her to at least appear like she has the muscles to do some fighting. But all you're going to really get in the way of decent muscles on these gals, you're not going to get the Linda Hamilton look from Terminator 2, but as I say, you can get a good strong lower body, the upper body. This is as much musculature as you can hope for, because, of course, I don't have the chest size up high, because that's not chest muscles. That's, well, we know what that is. But maximum arm size, pretty large hand size, decent hip, and lower body proportions. But again, I don't want to get into the whole thing. I mean, maybe other races allow more muscles on the females. I don't think these are muscly enough. But then again, it could be considered a little strange that I like women with muscles. All right. Or very, pronounced big muscles. Where we get into a danger territory is the face. Because you see where this thing is tucked? It says soft. I mean, all I'm trying to do is kind of defurrow the Dunmeri, I disapprove of everything I behold brow. And you want to see how bad it can get. We're not talking about, they're using very different terms here. Not muscular, soft, large, or anything like that. Heroic, soft, angular. Okay, what do they consider angular? Ugh. I mean, it's just, how do I create a character with the least amount of facial, who's the least appalled and disgusted and sucking on a lemon? You want to suck on a lemon? There you go. Ugh. I don't want, you're not going to get a gal from Baywatch here. I mean, this is a Dunmer, but still, you don't want, I'm really angry. So generally, you got to stay. If you don't want, I'm just pissed off and I hate you. And I hate everything about you. And why is everything out of your mouth so stupid? Sorry, I was married a few times. You want to stay on the bottom of the line. Where you go on the line, and you pretty much want to stay. You don't want to go into this thing. Unless you do want someone who looks like, well, they're a little older. Even though you have an age slider here. It's not, first of all, it's not really a slider. It's a selector. Many of these things are. But there's not a lot of difference there where you really get the look of how old the character is and the character of the character as far as their disposition. And we don't pick Dunmers for their sunny disposition. I mean, a lot of people claim the Dunmers are Klingons or something like that, but they're not that savage. But generally, I like to stay over here because, too soft, and it's just, again, a mutant. And so I stay somewhere in here. And that's just for this character. Hair color is kind of funny because this color here comes out absolutely white in the game, even though it's a gray. And white comes out yellowed, kind of like, that. Well, I'm an old guy and I have gray hair. I have almost white hair, and so you always got to be careful it doesn't go yellow on you, because yellow or blue, then you're really in the can. But so this is actually a nice color, and I probably would have chosen it, but I don't feel like buying the token today, because it comes out. It's a nice silver, and I wanted this to be silver too, and you would think it is, but it comes out just white. Now, some of these things, so I'm going to take her hair out of the picture right now. Excuse me. As far as adornments, I just wanted some. Her hair is covered. I mean, her hair covers her ears and her earrings. But now with, for 1K of crowns, you get the big old fat pack of 92 hairstyles. Of course, a lot of them don't apply to every race. So there'll be times where you'll actually be able to have her hair up with a nice outfit or something like that, sort of for... in some games, you actually... I remember wearing, in Ultima Online, I wore different clothes when I was in town than I did when I was in the landscape, because I thought it was rude to be in town wearing armor, unless I was, with a standing police force. But that's a whole other thing. In this game, people just generally stick with what they want. But now... thanks to the costumes, the fact that they dye well, and the fact you have all these hairstyles, you want to, maybe you're not thinking of earrings on a character that's going to have their ears covered, but think about it now, because she's going to she can have her hair up for a different occasion, because I do like to roleplay a little. All right. Now, the thing we don't know is head markings are actually eye makeup for the first 2 clicks. See? Actually, not so much on the first. On the second click, you have eyeshadow. They don't tell you it's eyeshadow. They don't tell you it's eye makeup. Why? Because the next click is horror. Ah! Ah! Oh my God! Oh God! I've been slashed. Yeah, I've been burned and died in 1,000 dungeons and all this stuff, and yet somehow it left a mark this time. Well, that's again, this is just purely personal expression. I have no idea what this is doing. Well, wait, that's within our cheek. Yeah, that'll leave a mark. But where adornment, unless you want to look the savage, and if you want to look the savage, that's fine. I mean, you can have the eye makeup, you can, the eye patch. Yeah, I mean, why? Yeah, on that one I took permanent damage, but not on the other. But again, the head markings are actually eye makeup in the first 2 clicks. Again, this is not a slider. It can't be. It's, oh God, what did I have on her? What did I do? What did I do to you? What did I do to you, sweetie? Oh, Jesus, what am I doing? Oh, because I have too much head marking. Okay, let's give you back your eyeshadow. All right, and give you back your earrings. Oh, that was close. Forehead slope. Again, a lot of people have claimed that Dunmers have the foreheads of Klingons. A lot of people, by the way, probably don't know what I'm talking about with Klingons, because that's a Trek reference. And if you're anywhere from 60 to 40, you probably get Trek references. But here, forehead slope, you see what it does. It's significant only in profile. It's one of those things that's, significant pretty much only in profile. Chin size is weird because it's unnatural. The reason, why do I have it slid all the way to like as if she'd have no chin? Well, she has plenty of chin, all right? She has chin, enough chin. Now, do you want a John DeLorean chin? He had implants. I probably don't remember John DeLorean. Okay, let's take the chin out and look at this weird thing. It's like a I don't see it as adding to her facial features, but again, that's you're not going to get into too much danger here. Chin height. Let's see. What are we going to have a chin height? Whoa. Again, that can be kind of. That's why I have it set to max. Why? She doesn't have a bull neck, and this is max neck for a Dunmeri gal. Again, I would think that a warrior would probably, have more neck, but we're not. I'm not a game developer anymore. I'm retired from that. So, this is actually a useful thing because it can give her a more delicate appearance, because as her neck gets like that, she can be. Let's say, she's mage guild stuff, and she does more thinking than she does swinging great swords. So, a thinner neck might express her personality a little better. Max neck, sorry. This woman's a Dragon Knight. Eye color is another danger zone, and the reason I say that is the red-eyed Dunmer is a lot of you talk to folks. They go, there's something very not only deep matter of identification, but it's attractive. A lot of the things we find attractive in these fantasy gals are things we don't find in humans. Why? You spend enough years looking at well, first of all, the human being is not physically attractive compared to other animals because it's the only animal that can exist in the world in an out of physical shape condition. But another thing with elves is that they exist as an abstraction of something that doesn't exist. In mythology, they were often depicted as being being distinctly more attractive than any human woman could be. Hence, they could be seductresses in ways that were far more dangerous, in that they take you out of your society and away from the people who love you, who really love you. But I'm getting off on a tangent here. Eye size, you won't go into too much danger, but eye color you will, because if you choose something like this, that doesn't look too bad. This doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look that different than this, does it? Not really. But if she's standing in front of this fire with one of those other eye colors, it's going to look like her eyes are suddenly glowing, like that damned, horrible, overpriced wolf with the glowing red eyes. She's going to look like she's transfixed and with her eyes glowing. Be careful on that. Also, some people do like the darker. And you think, well, this doesn't look too bad. No, this doesn't look too bad. But no, she's going to come out looking like a rodent, at least in my opinion. So be careful with that. Eye size, not a huge issue. Again, you're not going to get in a lot of danger with that. See, this is the maximum range here. And actually, this is kind of attractive, not having, bug eyes. But I like something in between. The angle is supposed to go sort of Asian to you can get sort of a nice little Asian look there. And the eye height, again, the squint, again, there's no squint. No squint, none. And she still looks like she's vaguely displeased. So, any squint at all, she's going to get more displeased. Yeah. Oh, God. You had to do that again? All right. Here we go. Eyebrows, again, it's a selector. I'm not going to go into that. The skew will get you into trouble. Just don't do much skew. Depth, not too much. And the rest of them, not too much. Now, here is where you get into real trouble. Mouth curve and lip fullness. Because you think, well, maybe I'll make her smile a little. I mean, can't you lighten up just for a moment, lady? And so here I'm going to do this. See? Oh, I'm happy. It's going to look like her mouth is hanging open when you get into the game. Don't do that. All right. Lip fullness. Again, this isn't lip fullness. Her lips will not be getting thicker and fuller. They won't turn into Sergeant Sane. Marvelous, delightful pouty lips. No, full and pouty lips. No, they're going to, again, the mouth's going to be hanging open. See, the lips are not getting fuller. The mouth is opening. And you don't want the mouth to be hanging open in the game. So you're going to have to settle for some disdain. Ear stuff, it's all a question of how you view the elf. I want her to have very pronounced ears that show even through the hair. Now, I'm not even going to talk. I mean, who would choose randomized appearance? Someone who doesn't care. That's who. But we're not going to save her. Because I've been messing around too much. But this is how she, again, this is how she looks. Kind of lovely. And she doesn't look like she's mad at you. She's a little, curious. She doesn't know you. She's a Dunmeri after all. But again, camera. Complete change. All right. Other looks that I've tried for. I like this look because again, it's not too. Again, I didn't want it to be disdainful, but a very different expression of the neck and skin and eyes and hair. But again, go in there, and she looks, well, not that different, because her face is already, I already made it pretty thin. Again, they say you add 10 pounds. Basically, this is like going on camera. When you leave this thing, you're adding 10 pounds. More so on some characters than others. Here, I went in to maybe change and fix her, because again, I gave her kind of the nasty snarl. But I've grown to really, I really like this character. But this face and this outfit, a mixture of primal primal and barbaric. You know, no costume here. This is her armor, and this was back when primal and barbaric were kind of fancy. The fact that she's kind of snarling a little bit actually suits her personality. So there is no ideal for these. The closest I've gotten to a neutral Dunmeri is Sella here. I mean, look how she... And the result is she looks slightly stupid. But at least she doesn't look like she hates you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you, see? Of course, she also looks a bit, from some angles, like she got, whacked up the head with a board. But, again, she actually looks kind of pleased to see you. This is as close to pleased to see you as I'm ever going to get in a Dunmeri lass. And again, not a lot of difference. The camera on some characters is going to make a huge difference in how they look. Sella looks pretty much the same. Oh, and just to give you an idea of the choices made, guess what? I always go for mass musculature, even though she's a Templar, because I simply want. Otherwise, I mean, she looks too skinny to me anyway. But you can tell I'm from that generation whose mother said, "You don't eat enough. You're too skinny." So I go for, okay. I confess, I go mass musculature on all these, But the different choices made here. Again, I did not go above. I did not go above the line, nor did I go to the angular side. The things that make her look distinctive are purely eyebrow selection and and adornments and hairstyle. But that's as neutral as I ever got. But enough on this. I think you got the idea that now that if you got yourself one of these tokens, mess with it a while. Don't just think, okay, I'm going into plastic surgery now. I'll be in a hotel for a week. And isn't Los Angeles lovely? Pity I don't want to see people have people looking at me like I just got my face punched out. No, it's not that severe. Just get the damn token, pop in and out of character creation. See what you've done with the characters you really like. See the choices you made. And because I consider this, would you say I'm obsessed with it? Well, we're now in the age, I've been playing online games for 30 years. Back when we we were using the extended character set for graphics, tessellated character sets, to give the appearance of graphics. We've gone from that to this, which is something that's as near lifelike, more lifelike than I could have imagined playing Island of Kesmai on CompuServe 30 years ago. So I take it pretty seriously, and I will confess that these various characters I have created, I do regard them as this was a mistake. She looks like she has the bop on the head. This is all the mistakes you can make with that. And sometimes I do something as a joke, like to create a Baywatch babe out of a Altmer, because a stupid looking Baywatch babe out of an Altmer, just because I hate Altmer so. They're so annoying. Yeah, doesn't she look just delightfully dumb? But enough. Character creation. Take your time with it and get something in the end that you want. This was actually the look I really, really wanted. And yours will vary. Good luck. And don't do anything in haste. Bye.